Yes, it was rough.
That's what I've been anxious to talk about that. So I found myself in a similar position. I was kind of heads down for a long time. You know, like I had millions, and I still lived in that house I bought in 1999. And then after a while, I was like this isn't bringing me happiness. I think the thing I want to buy is my time. Right.
Yeah.
So that was like my big purchase. Like, I'm just going to stop working so gosh darn hard.
Yeah.
I guess my question for you is, like, how much is enough? When are you going to buy that? Someday you will. Right? At 70 you will, right? I think.
Yeah.
What drives you to do another business, like, or whatever this investment? Can you give us a hint? Is it like real estate, or is it entertainment somewhere? Is it?
It's entertainment. I guess it has a little real estate component to it. I don't know. It'll be announced very soon. I'll tell you offline.
Okay. But there's something to inspire you to roll the dice again, because it sounds like there's a risk component. Maybe you're investing into it, right? You're not putting your own money up.
Yeah, I am, but it's not something that would risk anything. There's nothing but upside, and at this point, it's now that I've done this, it's like, all right, how do me and my guys continue to do this, because I don't it's not an alone thing for me. I have a team. Seth's right here, and I bring him investment opportunities all the time for him, just to maybe say yes or maybe say no, and it's everything. We just met with a vodka company. I won't say the name, but we just met with a vodka company that's there's an opportunity there, and for me it's like how can I apply everything that I've learned in the last 7 years and then build another business off of that. From an advertising perspective, like I've ran a very, very clean camp my entire year, to where I've never been like, fucking buy that, and it's a fucking shitty product, right? It was just not my thing ever. When we sponsored with people, we sponsored it, and it made sense because it fit the program and fit our lifestyles. So it's one of those things where I don't know.
So why do you want to keep working? That was like the core of the question.
Because
want more money? You need to be worth.
It'd be nice.
Like
you need to be worth 3 commas.
9 digits? Like, that's what you're looking for? 3 commas is a billionaire, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of commas.
Yeah. It's I don't know what it is. All I know is that up until I started doing this, and all the endless hours from the time I was, 11 years old, and I would help my uncle carry groceries from El Paso to Juarez, walking 20 miles or whatever, and then helping him mow the lawn, or going to work with him at the factory that him and my dad used to work at, or helping my grandfather cut up cardboard boxes and then sell the cardboard, and then take and go shovel or sweep garbage into the garbage dumps. That none of that work has ever compared to what I'm doing now, because I don't consider this work, because I know what work is. This is this is more like a project that pays well,
Mm-hmm.
And
so let me ask you this: is part of your motivating factor to a legacy, or is part of it a fear of going back to maybe sweeping garbage again someday?
To its very core, I'm pretty, going back to that, or having my kid do that is just not something that and I will say this though, like, I never had to work as a kid. I just wanted to, I had, if I wanted to buy something else, or, as a kid, I don't know if you guys can see it. Anyway, so you remember the tops that you spin in and then you,
Mm-hmm.
So shit like that, right? For my parents never made me work. It was my choice to do that very early on. So yeah, it's legacy, man. It's the ability to be able to take care of my kid and my kids' kids and their kids' without bringing up assholes, right? Because it's really easy to become an asshole when everything's handed to you. And luckily my wife and I are on the same boat when it comes to that. She started working when she was 14. She worked at McDonald's, and she's always been a super, super hard worker like me. So we want to sort of put those sort of values on not only my daughter, but my brother's the same way with his kids, and my sisters and all that. And on her side of the family, it's the same thing. Her dad worked 2 jobs, and for all their lives. So yeah, I never want any of my family members to grow up the way that I grew up. But in the same side, I sort of feel sorry that they'll never ever be able to experience what I've experienced because of what it's made me do in my lifetime.
It almost seems like
Double-edged
it's scorekeeping. Like I have a bunch of questions written down. Like, and one of them is how much is enough. That's how I phrased it to. And it almost sounds like nothing's enough. You're just running up a high score at this point. It's because money stops having value. Like if you, I'm going to make let's say you're worth 500 million, right? And then we increase that to 550 million. That hasn't done a lot for you.
I disagree with you on that one, by the way.
Oh,
at some point, money is just. I'm
you
not
can go into Target
it.
and get anything you want.
Yeah, but if your standards are that low, right? Then then $2 or $3 or $4 million is why would I?
I mean,
want
I
six?
can go to Target and get whatever I want.
Yeah,
Even the TVs and stuff. Like,
but going from 500 million to 750 million, you absolutely step up to a whole new class of living, right? Like it depends on the things that you want in your life. Like, do you want a jet? Do you want a silly yacht? Do you want a home in Spain?
Do you want a sports team?
Yeah. Or are you, would just have a nice house, in the state you live in is one house and one pool and like one car that's nice. If that's all you aspire to, if that fills you with complete contentness, then of course you're good there. But a lot of people are like, dude, I want 3 wives. I want my own island. I don't want one super yacht. I want a fleet I want a super yacht making company. Like
all I wanted was
be a terrible
fuck you money, right? Fuck you money to me was defined as like not being beholden to anyone, getting to do what you want to do. Like fuck you money meant that like I don't meet with my boss every week and try to impress him, right?
Yeah.
And there was a time at Cisco where like I guess I still do. I think I was smarter than my boss, and every week I would go in there with like my list of accomplishments, hoping that I walked away with him like feeling proud of me. And it's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Like
he doesn't even own the company, right?
Yeah, like I felt like I did his job better than him, my job better than him. He was just there before me. And no offense at Tool, but yeah, and I don't want that again. I don't want to. I don't want to call it groveling because it wasn't that. It was just walking in there prepared with my list of accomplishments so that he knew that I kicked ass last week. And when you get away from that, that's the most valuable thing you can buy.